Hello students, how are you? My name is Om Prabha Mishra from Om Academy. Now let us see the topic, that is 12th science physics topic, that is earth magnetism or specification of earth's magnetism or elements of earth's magnetism. These are the different headings given in different books. Okay, so let us see what it is. There are basically three terms associated with it. You need to understand what it is. One is the angle of declination. Okay, and second is angle of dip, also it is called as inclination, and third one is the horizontal component. These are the three important terms. What are those terms? Angle of declination, dip, and third one is horizontal component. Now let us see one by one what is that. Try to understand. I'll draw the diagram and I'll explain it with the help of that. The first definition is your angle of declination. That angle of declination is nothing but it is the angle between the geographic meridian and magnetic meridian. It is the angle between geographic meridian and magnetic meridian. Students are not able to get what they mean by the meridian. So how can they understand that angle between the geographic meridian and magnetic meridian? So I'll show you in terms of diagram so that you will get good clarity. Let's start. So let this be our earth. Okay. Now this is our equator. This is our pole. Which pole? Geographic pole, geographic equator. Okay. So this line, it is nothing but called as the axis of rotation. This is the axis of rotation. Now the vertical plane which is passing through this axis, you imagine as a football, and imagine you are taking a flat anything flat surface and you are entering at the center, then that will be that plane, vertical plane which is passes through the axis is called as the meridian. Now it is belongs to geographic axis, so hence it is called as geographic meridian. So what is a meridian? A meridian is a plane which passes through the axis. Okay. So here it is called as geographic meridian GM. Fine. Now you know about our magnetic axis. So similarly, the plane which is passing through your magnetic axis is called as magnetic meridian, MM. Geographic meridian, this is magnetic meridian. Now, how much is the angle between these geographic meridian and the magnetic meridian? This is called as the declination. Okay. Now, this is our earth south, this is north. Now, this is our earth's magnet, this is our earth magnet south, this is earth magnets north. Okay. So, the angle between the GM and MM, geographic meridian and magnetic meridian, is called as the declination. So, first term, what it is? Declination. Or angle of declination. So what simple it is? The angle between geographic meridian and magnetic meridian. Clear? First term. Now coming to the second term. What is your second term? Second term is your angle of dip, or you can say dip. I. It is also called as or inclination. So what is inclination? You just take a magnetic needle and suspend it freely with the help of a thread or anything else. You just suspend it freely. What you will observe that the magnetic needle will not stay like this in horizontal. It will always stay like this. Means it will always stay by bending somehow. So when it is bending, when it is floating like this, you can see it is making some angle with the horizontal or not. So how much angle is made by a freely suspended magnetic needle? That angle is called as angle of dip or inclination. Yes or no? Now for example, you are taking a magnet here, magnetic needle. This is our center. So when you suspend it freely, the magnetic needle, north pole will be attracted towards our south pole of the magnet, Earth's magnet. Similarly, in this side, the south pole will be attracted towards the north pole. Yes or no? So when you suspend it freely, how much angle it is making with respect to our horizontal? That is called as angle of inclination or dip. So what is dip? It is the angle made by a freely suspended magnetic needle with respect to horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. Okay, fine. So what you will write? It is the angle made by the magnetic needle. It is the angle made by the magnetic needle when it is freely suspended with respect to horizontal. So when you suspend your magnet freely, imagine this is the magnet you are suspending, it will not stay like that, it will stay like this. So how much angle it is making? This angle is called as your dip or inclination. Clear? Now coming to third one. What is your third one? That is your horizontal component. Or you can mention it as BH. Horizontal component of what? Horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. Yes or no? So what is horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field? This is our Earth, behaves as a magnet. This is that axis. Now it is making angle I if it is freely suspended by any magnet or bar magnet, whatever you do. So if you resolve this angle with respect to this, then what you will find? This is my horizontal component and this is my vertical component. Yes or no? So what is my horizontal component is nothing but BH equal to B cos I. Yes or no? So my horizontal component equal to B cos I. So what is horizontal component? It is the component of the magnetic field along the horizontal axis. Yes or no? Similarly, what I will write? BB. BB equal to B sin I. So if I divide this 1 by 2, this is 1, this is 2. Yes or no? Now if I divide my 1 and 2, then what you will find? I will write it as B sin I by B cos I. So what will I write? BB will get cancelled, sin I by cos I, that is BB by BH, that is equal to tan I. Yes or no? This is the important thing you need to remember, understand and then remember. Don't try to by heart. Understand that your declination, the angle between the geographic meridian and the magnetic meridian, and second is your angle of dip, a freely suspended needle, magnetic needle, how much angle it will make with the horizontal, that is called as your angle of dip or inclination. Then what is the horizontal component? That is nothing but the component along the origin of the horizontal line of the Earth's magnetic field. That is called as the horizontal component. These are the three important terms. Now, this horizontal component, what you are finding at the equator, what will happen? At the pole, what will happen? This is, you know, your equator. This is your pole. So, at the equator, your angle I equal to 0. So, what I can write? At equator. So, at equator. So, what I will find? At equator, I will find that my I angle equal to 0. So, if my I angle is 0, then what will happen to my BH? BH equal to B cos 0. B cos 0 equal to 1. So B. What will happen to vertical component? B sin 0. That is equal to 0. Similarly at poles. At poles, this is your pole. So what will my angle theta? I, it will be 90 degree. So what will my B be equal to? B cos 90 degree equal to 0. What will be BH? Equal to B sin 90 degree equal to B. So at poles, the horizontal component exists. At equator, the vertical component exists. And practically they have found that this angle of declination, it is around some 13 or 11 point something, some degrees, nearly around the difference between the Earth's magnetic meridian and the geographic meridian. That angle between them is around some 11.4 degree around. Okay. So these are the important thing about it. Now apart from this, there is the definition of magnetic field. What is magnetic field B? We are studying, I am telling you about magnetic field, but I did not explain about magnetic field. So what is magnetic field? It is the space or the region around which we can experience the field of magnet. That is only simple. Yes or no? It is the space or region in which we can influence, that magnetic field can influence, or we can feel the field of it. Or how the way you can feel? You bring another magnet into that field, then only you can easily experience. So what is a magnetic field? It is the region or space around which we can feel the experience of magnetic field if another magnet will brought into it. That is the normal what we are feeling. Based on that is the definition. So mathematically how to define this magnetic field? It is the force experienced by the unit pole strength of a bar magnet. So what I will write? My magnetic field equal to F by Qm. What is Qm? It is the pole strength. So what is the unit of force? It is Newton divided by. What is my pole strength? It is ampere into meter. Yes or no? Now if I take it Newton divided by ampere per meter, it is also called as Tesla. So the unit of magnetic field strength is Tesla. Clear? So this is, and another thing is that, third important thing, you are taking a bar magnet. Suppose this is your south pole, this is your north pole. Now this is nothing but the total length, it is called as geometric length. Now the distance between the south pole and the north pole, that is called as magnetic length. Now from the diagram itself, it's very clear that your magnetic length is always less than geometric length. Or you can say that your geometric length is much larger than magnetic length. So my magnetic length is always 0.83 times the geometric length. What you are finding? My magnetic length is always 0.83 times the geometric length. Okay, clear about this concept? Okay, take the snapshot. Okay students, if you have any doubt or any queries, comment so that I can make the next video based on your demand. Okay students, take care. Thank you. Bye bye.